Welcome to World Sports News with Ernie. We're going to start with the other side of the globe in Australia and New Zealand area. Now, what's special is that the Jillaroos, a women's Australian rugby team, hasn't lost in 7 years. If that's correct? Let's see. The shell-shocked Jillaroos were in unfamiliar territory after the 7-year winning streak, against New Zealand was ended with a 12-6 loss in their Pacific Championship Rugby League clash in Melbourne. Wow. Okay. Wow. It's like only three players in the Australian side, skipper Ellie Brigginshaw and prop Casey Apps and lock Simalia Tuiafa have ever tasted defeat, with the side unbeaten in the last 14 matches dating back to 2016, when they last fell to the Kiwis. Wow, that is a crazy streak. 7 years. Wow, how dominant in 7 years. Looks okay. So it looks like okay. So the Jillaroos are the yellow and green, and the New Zealand team is in black. The more jubilant team. Wow, 7 years. That is amazing. And then it says there's a quote. It says, "We haven't lost a game for 7 years, so it's a long time." Australia coach Brad Donald said, "Yeah, 7 years is. I can't imagine being on a team that you never lose. It's like you're in year one or two. Wow, you're never gonna lose a game. That is an amazing feat that they pulled off. Even though they lost that game and it was looks like it was championship, I still you gotta admire their 7 year streak of winning. Wowzers. Okay, and then we have we have the this is on a different side. Lindsay call. This must be This must be an international match. I'm not sure if this is not an international match. Lindsay Collins becomes a try-scoring machine as Kangaroos defeat New Zealand again. Kangaroos defeat New Zealand, but this is something different. Oh, okay. This is on the men's. Oh, wowzers! Usually, oh wow! Usually the men's side win. Well, I'm not. Is this the international thing? I'm wondering. Is this the international play? Well, here's what the scene looks like. The jubilant scene looks like. So the green, of course, the green and the yellow is Australia, and there's only one player shown. It's in a black shirt and black pants. So the men win. The men's side wins, but the women's side lost after 7 years. Could you? I just couldn't imagine that being like the Australian men's rugby or even whatever the team like New Zealand not losing for 7 years. Wow, what is like just an amazing accomplishment. Still, even though I'm off that story and I'm on the men's side, I still think that's an amazing accomplishment. Okay, so we are in what sport are we still in the? I'm trying to find. Okay, so now I'm confused on. So, like, how is okay? The Kiwis, which is New Zealand, beat Samoa to set up Pacific Championship decider against Australia. Well, I'm going to guess Samoa is such a small country. I don't think they can. How are they going to find all these people? So, oh my gosh, New Zealand to face Australia in Pacific Championship final. Okay, this score is insanity. No matter what sport it is. After 50-0 win or 50-0 win over Samoa. Oh wow, that's a statement and a half. I don't know why you need to be this jubilant. Okay, I'm gonna be my hey Ernie. Okay, I'm gonna step on Ernie's foot here and just do this. It's his show, but I'm gonna just say this, like not to be mean spirited, but just 50. Do you really need to celebrate like this at 50-0? You should be more reserved. I'm sorry. Okay, look, that's to me. Look at this. That's not a way to celebrate 50-0. Come on. Like you gotta be happy that there's people that actually participate in your sport because there's not many around the world, especially on this side of the world. It's very, very few compared to the amount of people that play soccer in Canada and even in the United States. There's more people play soccer than rugby, and like I'm just I don't know. I just feel like when I see this photo, I think of like, do you, do you really need to celebrate like this at 50-0? Like, who knows what kind of resources Samoa has? And I mean, 50-0. Just I don't know. I just feel bad. Okay, do we have the Kangaroos jersey has a glorious past, but its future seems uncertain. This is analysis. Why is it Australian coach Mai Ming Mianja Mingia is doing all he can to restore the prestige of the Kangaroos jersey, but the future of the green and gold is up in the air. Ooh, okay. Major. Okay, here's another star I'm going to go on to. Is a major blow for Titans as Gold Coast High School, famous for churning out NRR superstars, links with the NSW team. Oh, I wouldn't have a clue what they're talking about. It sounds. No, I shouldn't even go into this one. I have no idea what they're talking about. It's like some kind of high school. Like I can understand if there's a high school in the states that's famous for churning out NFL players. It's got to be a story like that. Okay, that's what I'm gonna get from it. Oh, oh, something of something really strange. Okay, Nathan Merritt's sister provides update after Rabbitohs, Rabbitohs, Rabbitohs championship went on life support. What is it? Okay, the sister of former NRL star Nathan Merritt says he is improving slightly after he was put on life support following an apparent adverse reaction to painkillers. Oh wow! I'm gonna go on the story to see is it like did he have a bad injury? What got him into painkillers? Okay, like gonna be a major problem. It goes beyond sports and it's okay. Okay, so then it says he's on after being found unresponsive of his aunt's residence. Okay, I guess that's the. I don't think I've ever said this word on Sports News Review. Um, I'm I don't want to say these words on a sports channel, but the world we live in, and it, FENTYNAL. I don't even want to say the word. I just don't feel like it right now. But it's very important. This is a man's life we're talking about here. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. This is a man's life I'm talking about, and I'm not trying to discourage people, but I'm just saying like I don't want to say that word because it's just I've avoided controversy on this channel so much. I clicked on it to like I just want to know for curiosity in me is did he get an injury and a career-ending injury? That's what I'm trying to look to see because I don't know the player. I just like I said, I just wish them well. I'm trying to find it, but I don't think they're going to get into like why he is in recovery, like what caused him to start with the painkillers. Maybe it does. Or take a look again, but I have to find it. No, I gotta find it again. I'd have to find it. I'm not gonna go through everything again through this tablet to find it. Okay, I'm gonna say that I hope that his recovery. I know it's gonna be a long. It says it's gonna be a long recovery, but I hope it works out and hope that comes out and has a new lease on life and doesn't go back to the hospital till he's 80. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. So with that, we'll go to. I went to, we did the AFL. We did some rugby, a little bit of cricket, just a touch of cricket now. Okay, from the best in the world to walking calamity, where England's Cricket World Cup defense went wrong. Oh, I didn't even know that England was a championship. Wow. Let's see. I had no idea that they were a champion. It just before I did this channel, I never even looked at. I never even thought about cricket or whatever goes on that side of the world. But like, there's things I can't comprehend on this side of the world with these scores. Is like I never got into scoring. How do they score these things? And it's like England's 100-run defeat at the hands of India and Lucknow in their latest match saw the defending champions mo- momentarily fall to the bottom of the 10-team World Cup table behind the Netherlands and Bangladesh. Wow, that's what I said earlier. I think I said that earlier. I'm not sure if it was the other video where I screwed it up. I did a really bad screw up. I had to redo this video. This is my third time attempting without without not pausing, but without just stopping and deleting this video. The video I just made. I made two previous ones. I think is that right too, and yeah, I just had to cut. The mistakes were just so bad. Okay, so England has managed successful scores of 215, 170, 156, and 129 over the past four games, coupled with expensive bowling. Expensive bowling has seen England struggle. I'm not sure what that means. Coupled with expensive bowling has seen England struggle. I don't know what that means. I have it sounds just so different to me. But for anyone that never really seen their in English, what does England look like in cricket? They have a blue uniform, and here is an English player or player from England. Okay. Okay, so we got any more cricket news? I guess is the cricket championship going on? Let's see. England's disastrous World Cup defense continues with four straight losses, leaving them in last place. Yeah, we've seen that. So Australia closed in on World Cup semifinal after classic win over New Zealand. Okay, so let's see. Australia are closing in on a World Cup semifinal berth after a pulsating five-run win over New Zealand. Australia appeared in the box seat a, after an 175 run opening partnership from newly fit Travis Head and informed David Warren propelled them to formidable total of 388 in Mashala on Saturday. I have no idea what I just read. I don't even know what that means, but I just know that I gotta know that Australia won. Okay, so we'll go back to main page. This is of this, and let's see. We got let's go to netball. Netball news. We've you have to. I've explained. I've been into detail with what netball is. The last video. This is like the third edition. Okay, just an awesome year for the group. Diamonds complete stellar 2023 with sweep of South Africa. Okay, so yeah, that is that weird sport, netball. Australia's well, we don't play netball. That's why. I'm looking at all the stories here. Okay, Diamonds bounce back with convincing opening win over South Africa. A new league is coming for Southeast SA football as a major restructure is planned. Ooh, okay. But this is netball. I thought it was on netball news here. Silver Ferns strike back with thrilling win over Diamonds in third consolation club clash. New Zealand will have a chance to equalize the Consolation Cup at 2-2 after winning the third game of the series to turn things around after the Diamonds dominated the Australian leg. I'm not sure. What the heck? I have no idea. I've seen that photo already. Oh, this is news. Uh, let's see. There's not really much. Netball, just an awesome year for the. Any more news on netball? Let's see. It would be really old. If I keep going down, it's going to be really old news. I'm not sure because it might not be. It might netball's pay dispute. Oh yeah, here I go back to netball's pay dispute. That's that's already went on that story. This is something strange here. Okay, this is a strange one. Okay, when the team of netballers traveled to Fiji. Oh, okay, sorry. Have to read this properly. Okay, when this team of netballers traveled to Fiji, they didn't expect to deliberately leave their shoes behind. Okay, I don't even know what that means. What the heck does that all mean? Fiji. Okay, why did they leave their shoes behind? People that can't afford shoes. When a team of grassroots Australian netballers traveled to Fiji, they didn't expect to deliberately leave their shoes behind. Okay, so Juini Netball Club's coach Simone Leatham said the young Australian players met a group of local children who didn't have shoes but were still smiling. Oh, I get it. I get it. If if the you gotta know. The thing is though, you gotta make sure the shoe fits though. I guess this is a person. I guess they're showing this person giving their shoes. I hope they have the same shoe size because you know what? You should. It's not a good idea to wear shoes that are the wrong size. I mean by a lot. Uh, like if it's like if someone's a size 8 and they put on a size 10, it's gonna hurt. It's just going to hurt. It just won't give the foot the proper support, and that's the one drawback of the site. It could hurt some people if they wear in the wrong size. As too tight's not good either. The circulation is not there. Um, but it's not like they worn these shoes out so bad that if someone puts their feet in someone else's running shoe, it's formed to their feet, like how the insole is. It's going to be like formed to their bottom of the feet. But well, they're showing one person who's happily giving away a pair of shoes. That's a feel good story. That's a total feel good story. And wow, this is where they played. Wow. Okay, so they went to Fiji, and it's an easy sport to. Here's where they played in Fiji. They went all the way to Fiji to play this. I don't think you're allowed. Even if someone could, it looks like it's higher than 10 feet. 10 feet. I'm not sure if it's 10 feet or not, but I don't think you're allowed to slam dunk it. You're only allowed to shoot at it. Alrighty. I guess is there any other netball news? No, I guess it's not. Nothing's really happening in netball. Okay, so we had netball, football. Okay, the only thing left is not Australian football, but soccer. More like football, but soccer, what we call soccer. Okay, the Matildas now know who they have to beat to book their ticket to Paris Olympics. Oh, okay. So this is. I didn't know there was a pet name for the This is Australian women's. The Matildas have swept the second round of the Olympic qualifying campaign with a 3-0 victory over Chinese Taipei, with the date 50th ranked Uzbekistan set for February to book their ticket to Paris. It looks like a shoe in there. My, I mean, they're gonna play Uzbekistan. The women's. Oh boy, I don't know what kind of resources Uzbekistan has. Uh, wow, there's some real drama here. I don't know if I really want to. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause and read it. I don't know if I want to read this kind of drama on the video. Yeah, after reading this story, it's a lot of drama. Wife of Wayne Rooney, English soccer superstar Wayne Rooney. Uh, some I don't. It's something about she was not at home. She was away, and Wayne Rooney got a drunk driving charge. I didn't even know that, and that should have been news I should have caught even on this side of the world. 'Cause that's Wayne Rooney. But the big thing was that there was another woman in the car while he was driving in the late morning. Uh, once again, it's just a lot of drama, but the thing you could say is the optics don't look good on it. Definitely, the optics look horrible. Just what little I described, it looks bad. Lots of drama. But we'll move on to Australia will not bid for the 2034 World Cup, with Saudi Arabia now set to host. Yeah, 2034. Wow, I just can't imagine. 2034. I will be a very old man. Did I say old? Because right now I'm just old, but then I'm gonna be old or old man. I'm gonna be wow. 2034 World Cup. I'm just sitting here thinking 2034 World Cup. That's 10 years from now. There's a come a time, like sports. There's a come a I was gonna say there's a come a time. There's a comes a time when you, you a person realizes how the years seem to just melt away and fade away so quick. I Sports is just a good measuring stick of for me of where I was like in the 70s where NFL football. I said it so many times in previous videos where NFL football. I know where I was at certain times in the NFL football history. Like where where was I when you know where was I when I watched the game between San Diego and Cincinnati in the Freezer Bowl, the playoff game, which should have never been played in that kind of weather. Dangerous, dangerous weather. Uh, there was people, audience, fans. They shouldn't even. It should have. I would have wanted to see like an empty stadium just to say, hey, we're not gonna, we can't watch this. But there's people like me that would went out there 50 Fahrenheit with wind chill. It was cold. I remember that day. The window was freezing. Touching the window was freezing. And I was like, I can't believe they're playing the foot. I'm just young. I'm a young person back then. But now it's like that game should have never been played. Like if it was like that kind of like in the Buffalo, like in Buffalo, if they would have had that right now, they would have just moved the game to Detroit. Like if it's gonna be minus 50 with a wind chill, minus Fahrenheit, that's Fahrenheit, minus 50 Fahrenheit with the wind chill, minus 40 Celsius and minus 40 Fahrenheit are the same. So figure that out. If that's the wind chill, that's what it's gonna feel like. Okay, now let's see, like Cincinnati, yeah, you gotta cancel that game and move the game to if the other team is in is an area where the weather is decent, then move it there or Atlanta or something. You got like if it happens right now, like they just they just thought it was like, oh, it's football. We gotta play with the situation, but you know, they got it. Like Buffalo did, and then the Buffalo did it right with just moving the game when there was a snow because they was going to use resources. They didn't. That's why they didn't want to play the game because they didn't want to use valuable resources to clear out a stadium, get people to the game. It's like no, the throughway is going to be clear. They'll clear the throughway with snow plows. Go to sorry Cleveland, go to Detroit with the dome, which Buffalo didn't need. So well, we are world sports here, and I'm talking NFL football. That's how much I love football. Okay, so oh my gosh, FIFA bans former Spanish football president Luis Rubiales for 3 years after World Cup kiss. What World Cup kiss are we? I don't even know this story. And why is it in uh, why is it in Australia? Okay, let's see. Luis Rubiales, the former president of the Spanish Football Association, has been banned from all football related activities for 3 years by FIFA's disciplinary committee, World Soccer ruling body said on Monday. The suspension was imposed following the allegedly non consensual kiss Rubiales gave to Spain player Jenny Hermosa after this year's Women's World Cup final, in which Spain beat England. The Kissgate scandal completely overshadowed what was a momentous occasion for Spanish women's soccer and blew up into a sexism story that attracted global attention. I have no idea. I don't know what to think. It's just unnecessary. Uh, that's like, it's just unnecessary. Well, I'm gonna move on from that story. Uh, not sure. No answers. I have no answers for it. I don't have a comment either because I don't think I would do that. Like, I'm at an age now, like, realizing, like, there's no need for that. I don't care. You can't claim culture because it's a different world now. You don't. You just those those worlds are, like, so much is gone. We, yeah. I'm looking at the story again. It's like you do have a lot of pissed off people in Spain. It's just a photo of people pissed off, and I know. I'll move on to another story. Matilda's coach Tony Gufferson's new problem has formed players that spots in the side. Wait. I don't even know that I just read. Matilda's coach Tony Gustafson's new problem. He has more foreign players than spots in his side. I don't know what foreign players mean. The Matildas are already through to the next round of the Olympic qualifying, but coach Tony Gustafson says his team is not backing off and they still want to go all out against Chinese Taipei in Perth. Okay, go all out, even if you don't need to, and risk a oh wow, risk risk an injury to you're one of your top star players. Okay, I don't know for what. Okay, this one is unexpected. Okay, this is like a European. Okay, this is on European. Okay, so I'm gonna go to new. I'm just gonna go somewhere new. I'm gonna go to the Asian Sports Report. See, it's a Asian Sports Report. Okay, let's see. Let's go there first. First story right off the bat, right off the hop, as they say. Saudi Arabia cleared to host 2034 Soccer World Cup after Australia drops out. Yeah, I guess not many teams are going to want to pay for this. The cost is enormous, exorbitant. Um, the cost for security and what's going on in this world right now. I understand. Well, we all have to. We all go to sports for something to just keep our minds off of world events, it seems, or even domestic events. Where sports news review, I don't even. I'm not into, like. I don't want to say things like I don't watch the news that much. I don't want to get into nonsense about, like, the word FAKE and with news. I don't like it. They're like, it's just like, to me it's just like people that don't agree with the story just come out and now it's just like scream and say, it's, it's not, that's not true, but they never come, okay, but they never disprove it. And that's the problem. Like, wherever, it doesn't matter what the story is when it comes to say any news right now. It's that uh, when something is presented and the other side does not disprove it, but all they do is go to their camps and decide to, just say what they're going to say, and and come up with stuff that it's like somewhat related but not related to justify their position. And no matter, and it just, you have your diehards that will. This is like news, regular news. You have your diehards that'll just like doesn't. They won't listen to facts. They don't care about facts, and it's just a waste of time to talk. It is something that the Sports News Review has tried so hard to do is not try to get politics into sports. And Ernie is new to Sports News Review, but this is for a disclaimer. It's not. It's just for me. I don't want to include Ernie. He just got hired and he doesn't want to get involved in this kind of mess. He's just a happy-go-lucky Ernie. Um, by the way, does he? I had some fun with him last week, or with the last video, I should say. I don't know if it was last week, but uh, what I'm trying to say is that Sports News Review is totally aware of world events. I just never bring it up. I avoid it because there's this, there's more like you can. There's more to the story you have to dig into, and and when it comes to world events, it's I don't think it's have fun like I'm doing with sports news where you just want to see odd news. Like today's video is just about seeing the odd news of sports. And do I like how do I feel about all these world events? Uh, Paralyzed. This is not a sports news review. This is like my personal, like not on the sports news review channel. I'm just saying I'm paralyzed by it all. Where I cannot have an opinion because someone is gonna bite my head off, as they say, or chew me out if the opinion is not favorable to theirs. So I totally, in my life, like my outgoing life, I don't talk about politics. What so bloody ever. I'm talking news, politics, and that. I don't talk about anybody. It's just not worth the aggravation of people being upset that I could upset them just by saying the wrong. In their world, I upset them saying the wrong thing, and now we're in a heated debate over nonsense. I don't want to get into that anymore. I don't want to get into that. I just like I said, I started a sports news review channel to just block myself out, have fun. Uh, that's it. Like play these videos. Like I've said it over and over. Like I don't even know how many minutes I'm into this right now. I play these again by myself. I just listen to them by myself, and I go on manage videos on my channel. Go on manage videos and watch the video. Make sure I don't get any extra counts. I really don't want uh like to go on my account and get views by accident, like numbers. I just love if it says no views, I'm happy with it. I've noticed it is working where I go on manage video, it doesn't count as a view. I don't want it to count as a view just because I watched my same like I'll watch this video for 4 or 5 times. Uh, just fall asleep to it or whatever, just to get the feeling of like what was I doing and how much can I keep the show going, like without stuttering and stopping and pausing too long. And I don't mean hitting the pause button. I just mean like just pausing between thoughts. So I'll click into that. Okay, like that's got a lot of that's good. I bet you, without even reading this, I have not read this article yet. It's all cold readings. They're going to mention something about Saudi Arabia's human rights issue, probably, which you can't. Okay, let's see. You can't just ignore it in a sense, but I will because I don't. you can't just jump into one story when it's an opinion like that, and it's not very sports related. Where do you start? You got to if you start, then you're gonna keep. It's gonna keep continue. I don't. There's like I said, I don't look to try to politicize sports whatsoever. We have enough issues in this world as it is, and politicizing sports is not for me anymore. I kind of like if it's gonna get that bad, I would just say, hey man, why don't we just get rid of team sports in the Olympics with the nations? You know, like just whatever, because if that's gonna cause problems, you know. But Saudi Arabia was left as a shoe-in to host the 2034 World Cup after Australia confirmed it would not make a hit for soccer's global showpiece on Tuesday's deadline day. World Soccer's governing body, FIFA, has invited bids from Asia and Oceania for the tournament by October 31st. Asia and Oceania. Do, how is Oceania going? I think they just live in their own world. This is getting too political too, but like I don't know how does Oceania be able to afford a World Cup? Like what where are we going with that? But they're trying to say that they're global. Maybe try to put a few games in Oceania, but they're hoping like something like Philippines or uh, like Indonesia takes the ball. Literally, there's a country that could. There's a country that will be able to find a way to afford the games, the security. They'll have the security in place, that's for sure. Indonesia, yeah, I guess they could throw a few games, but they're yeah, the security at these events is priority, and that is wow. One incident would just close the whole thing, close the whole tournament. The president of the Asian Football Confederation, the sports continental governing body to which Australia belongs, says the entire Asian football family would stand in support of the Saudi bid. I suppose if no one else is going to bid, you might as well take the country that's going to say, yeah, we'll take on this massive hit, financially hit that our country will endure when something like World Cup is hosted. You know, with the getting all the venues. Oh, how many people have to die to make these stadiums? Yeah, they're gonna make these stadiums. You know, that's where it gets too political. It's like, wow, they're gonna make all these stadiums in Saudi Arabia. No one's gonna see after. But FIFA wanted it. FIFA's like, oh, we need some new stadiums. We gotta showcase the TV, and we gotta put it in cities that don't really need a 50,000 seat arena after it's well after all said and done. I don't know. Just it, it's sports related. I'm just looking to see. Yeah, here it is. Amnesty International. This is. I am not getting political from the hop. I said it. This is going to mention this, and you can't run away from it. It's going to be mentioned. Okay. 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 So I'm looking, and now it says the Sports and Rights Allowance and Amnesty International say FIFA needs to secure clear and binding commitments to improve human rights in countries likely to host the 2030 and 2034 Men's World Cup tournaments to prevent serious potential abuses. Wow. With only a single bid for each tournament on the table, FIFA may have scored an own goal. Yeah. There, there's like they're like, well, there's no one bidding. We're gonna just go to these countries, and that's the way it goes. I hear you. Okay, that's what. FIFA must make it clear how it expects the host to comply. Okay, my thing is, I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna try to tell Saudi Arabia what to do. I'm not into like I don't. I say they're a sovereign country, as they say, like independent. I'm not gonna. I'm not here to tell Saudi Arabia what to do. I mean, but the only thing is it's the record for um like how many workers have to die to make these stadiums. That's the thing that I want cleaned up. Like when the game's over, like you think when it's all over and done, like oh they're gonna continue on this policy, what, like no, you're not gonna change things, and you're not gonna change that kind of thing. I don't expect to. My main goal is can it just be a normal workforce when they do these stadiums like in Saudi Arabia? Just like can't just people go there to work? Like why do people have to go there with the chance of dying? Like that's like Depression era 30s when they built the Golden Gate Bridge or something like that. They literally didn't even care about workers. It's like there's another one. There's another one waiting down. There's another one waiting at the gate. Like where the fence, where the construction zone is. There's people out there waiting. It's not like, and like think of the mentality back then. Probably was like, oh, someone passed away on the construction site. Okay, I'm ready to go in, and that's probably what they have. They find third world. We call it third world. They take their passport as soon as they get to the country, and it's just brutal. They build stadiums, which then I don't even feel like watching these games anymore. I had no interest in the last World Cup. It's just that's all. I just from a human perspective, can't there just be a sane workplace environment? That's all. Like people having, like, how can you put on this big show with all this money, but what like I don't know what it looks like over there. They can't supply hard hats, safety shoes, some eyewear, you know, protective eyewear, hard hat, safety shoes. Like, 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 how is that a big problem? Like, if that's one of the cases, like, why is it like seems like that? I just that's all I mean is like can just make a work site that's just like you expect like here like any like even in Europe you should say like Australia, Europe, New Zealand, Canada, USA, like England, part of Europe, but somewhat. But to like, you go to a work site and you just expect to go to the work, you know, not like, oh, we're ignoring safety things because it's cheaper and it makes the job go faster. Well, it's faster to equals, because there's a time finishing on time, bonus for finishing earlier, kind of stuff. Eh, I said my spiel. I don't mean to get political at all. That's that's all I want. That's all I expect. Okay, so on still on sports in Asia. Okay, South Korean ex sports star can skip draft with Asia Games gold. I'm gonna go on this one because I don't some kind of draft like what who has the draft or okay here it is. It's in Seoul. South Korea soccer star Sun Hyung Min was able to earn an exemption from military service. Okay, sorry, it's asking me if I want to accept cookies and that. After military service and keep playing in the English Premier League after his country took gold at the 2018 Asian Games. Now, another famous South Korean athlete can continue his lucrative career by winning a title in the 2023 Games without any physical exertion. Oh, okay. Uh, South Korean star. Okay, I didn't. I guess in South Korea they must have a mandatory draft. I was unaware of. Okay, so he got an exemption. Um, this is media entertainment. Okay. Oh, we're. I was looking for sports. Unfortunately, I got media entertainment. I'm just looking at it now. No, I have no idea. I can't go on to these. I'm such an old person. I don't know who these young people are. Singers and some they're like their 20s, 20s and 30s. It's young to me. I guess how bad it is. Um, with me, like I don't know. Thank you. Don't know what's going on. I just know my classic rock, and that's it. Beatles, not Beatles. I'm tired. I'm bored with the Beatles way too much. Like your Pink Floyds and Led Zeppelins and Yes. That's all I listen to, anyways. Um, ooh, this is Germany parts ways with soccer coach Flick after loss to Japan. I don't know. That's his name, Flick. It must be his last name. It must be the person's last name. Germany parts ways with soccer coach Flick after loss to Japan. Wow. Germany parted ways with coach Hans Hansi Flick on Sunday, a day after a 4-1 loss to Japan in a friendly with the four-time world champion struggling for form ahead of the Euro 2024 tournament, the German Football Association announced. This decision came as no surprise. Germany crashed out of last year's World Cup early, and his mediocre performance in recent months did nothing to convince Federation officials that the team could be successful next year on home soil. Wow. Okay, that's a dejected coach right there they're showing. Okay. Asian soccer sees power shift to Saudi Arabia. That's probably because of the World Cup thing. Southeast Asia women's outpace men's in soccer's global arena. Oh, I was going to say Japan's an automaker. It looks like that's one of those advertisements. I don't even know how I said it by accident. Okay, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. This is Africa. It's called South Africa. We're in South Africa now. When did this happen? Let's see. South Africa beat New Zealand to claim record fourth Rugby World Cup title. Oh, I didn't know that. It was in Paris. Okay. South Africa produced a magnificent. We're now in Europe. South Africa produced a magnificent defensive display to edge 14-man New Zealand 12-11 in an arm wrestle of a Rugby World Cup final on Saturday and win the Webb Ellis Cup for a record fourth time. I had no idea. Okay, Saturday. I would have. It's only a single yellow card has been shown in 9 previous World Cup finals, but the crackdown on foul play in the game led to 4 being handed out over 80 minutes of intense rugby play out in front of a crowd of 80,000 at the Stade de France. The All Black skipper Sam Cane suffered the ignominy, IGNOIMINY, of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, 'Imy' of being the first player to be set off, ' in a title decider when his card for a high tackle was upgraded to a red after a bunker review just before halftime. So, wow. So, I guess South Africa wins the World Cup of rugby. Okay, let's. Is there any other Asian news? Let's see. Asian sports news, I meant. I'm looking to see if there's anything else. Okay, anything that's. They got the Saudi Arabia sports. Pakistan's arcade heroes take esports by storm. Video games, I'm guessing. Okay, this is like wishful thinking. I don't know how to how do you go to India if you're the Olympics? It says here, India wants to host Olympic Games in 2036 since Modi. How are they going to? And it's such an impoverished country where it's like, can they afford it? Sure. I mean, they could say that they can afford it, especially with corporate sponsorship. Uh, nationals that want to see it happen, but it says India is interested in hosting the Olympic Games in 2036. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said on Saturday at the opening ceremony of the International Olympic Committee session in Mumbai. Oh yes, and that. Oh yes, they had that earlier when they were. So I have to click onto the story. I want to get more of it. Is that all of it? I guess I can't go on more of the story because I guess I have to be a. Oh, I have to be a member to see more of the story. India spars with China over visas for Asian Games athletes. Okay. Markets, opinion, automobiles. They do that again. Companies. Okay, not much there. I can't go on the story because I'm not subscribed or not paying for it. Oh, China's Asian Games draw to close. When did it close? October. Whoa, we're in November, but oh yeah, this is already. Oh yeah, I already been through this. Oh yeah, I missed the Asian Games. Okay, so I can't report on the Asian Games. Okay, let's go quickly to European news. It's going to be mostly soccer. Let's see. Let's do the quickly. European sports news. Sports Europe. Okay, I'm going to avoid soccer stories. Totally try to avoid soccer stories. Well, one's football. Frankfurt. Yeah, there's football. Okay, real soccer. AC Milan. Soccer. Chelsea. That's soccer. After a team was attacked. Oh, after a team was attacked, Leon must regroup quickly. Turn around bad start of the season. Soccer. Spanish league. Soccer. It's mostly soccer. 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 Oh my gosh. I didn't know this. I was totally unaware of this. This is, oh my gosh. Player's death from a skate cut to the neck in England's lead. to more NHL talks on cut protection. Oh my gosh. This is horrible. East Rutherford, New Jersey. The death of American hockey player Adam Johnson from a skate blade to the neck in a game in England is leading to further discussions about cut resistant protection in the NHL and other leagues. Commissioner Gary Bettman and Players Association Executive Director Marty Walsh touched base Sunday in the immediate aftermath of the death to set up further talks between the league and the players union. For several years, the two sides have been studying skate cut injuries and how to reduce and avoid them, and now the topic has taken on greater urgency at various levels of the sport. Oh my gosh! I didn't. This is just sports. No one's supposed to. You're not supposed to die from sports. Johnson, a 29-year-old from Minnesota, died in a hospital after being cut in the neck by a skate blade of the opponent during the game Saturday night in the Elite Ice Hockey League. The club called it a freak accident. Oh no! Am I able to go on this? Yeah, this involves the police now. Police, because now it says police investigating death of U.S. hockey player from skate blade cut in English game. Oh my gosh. Sheffield, England. Police are investigating the death of American ice hockey player Adam Johnson after his neck was cut by a skate blade in a game in England. Oh, this is just horrible. Johnson, 29, was playing in the Nottingham Panthers at the Sheffield Steelers. Oh, was playing for the Nottingham Panthers at the Sheffield Steelers when he suffered the skate cut in Champions Cup game on Saturday. He died at a hospital. He was a Minnesota native who appeared in a total of 13 NHL games with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2009 and 2019. Sorry, 2019 and 2020. Oh, there's just oh wow. It says okay. Our officers remain at the scene. This is I didn't know it was this old. Okay, so it is carrying out injuries and investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident remain ongoing. South Yorkshire Police said on Monday, "We would we would encourage the public to avoid speculation regarding the incident while we continue our inquiries." The English Ice Hockey Association, which governs the sport below the Elite League, reached to Johnson's death by requiring all players in England to wear neck guards from the start of 2024. I don't even know. I'm totally lost on this one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I didn't even know about that story, and that one caught me off guard. That is just I don't even know what to think attending that game and why uh, wow. The Sheffield police probably gonna have to call in what they I guess they didn't say it, but what they like we would like in the states, United States of America, they use the FBI, or in Canada it's the RCMP. I wonder if they have to get, as they say, Scotland Yard involved. It's a real police organization in England where because this is a serious matter. It requires serious attention to investigation. It just I guess uh, I didn't even know that news, and I just try to find now. I'm trying to find something more cheery right now. I'm gonna have to pause for a second. I'm gonna pause and then just do a quick summary of it. It just the story is just leaving me really just shell shocked right now. I can't think straight. Where like how I'm just I'm just trying to have some fun, like just doing sports that I'll never look at, never cover. Uh, but I, I just I just don't know have any words for someone that dies playing a sport. It's just it's something that shouldn't happen. You know, uh, I don't I don't know what to think. Well, I put myself together and I didn't want it to like sound like I'm very distraught. But yeah, that news shook me up. I mean, but so I decided to just go on wacky world sports. I just anything to just get my mind off of that right now. Okay, so I'll try my best. Okay, here it says here, is this the worst skier of all time? Beats Eddie the Eagle? A skier who has never touched snow before an event, how okay, has been dubbed Venezuela's Eddie the Eagle after a hilariously bad showing at the World Ski Championship in Finland. This could be very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, in my opinion. I mean, um, like, Eddie the Eagle could have really hurt himself badly. And I mean, very badly when he was doing those leaps. Like, I've never actually, like, been to one of those ski lifts. Like, like to go there and say, like, I think it could be in Calgary or even in New York. They still got the ski lift, I think, from the Olympics, but that's even a small one. If a Calgary one, probably even the small, unless they updated it to. But to actually stand up at the highest spot where they start to go down the hill, and then look at that ramp, you, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Now, in this case, now, like I said, that I could do it. I don't have it in me to do it. Maybe when I was young, but you start slow. Like I guess to find out if a person has the skill to do this. Having to know fear is one thing. That's not the issue here. The issue is safety of the sport. The safety in the sport where you can't just have people go out there and ski and think everybody just has a good chuckle. That's like I'm supposed to have a good time, but now I'm starting to sound mean again. But let's see. Having only trained on wheels, Adrian Solano predictably finished dead last in the 154 man competition and was involved in many a comic moment during his run. Should be the last person out there. Just okay. He was wobbly coming out of the blocks in the cause. That's okay. The cross country event is I'm okay with it, but he needs to stay back. Like seriously, that person needs to stay back away from serious competitors. That he doesn't injure them when he slips or something like that, and he his leg goes tumbling in between other skiers' legs who are world champions and are world class athletes. I guess I'm okay with the cross country skiing. It's not that bad. Cross country skiing is not a big deal compared to like if he went downhill. I wouldn't. I would have said no. This is not. I don't think they would have let him go downhill. I don't think they would have let him go downhill. Like even with the helmet on, Hitting a tree with a head, concussion would be your best scenario. Having a concussion would be the best case scenario. The speeds, the impact. That's like being in a car accident. If it gets to a speed that's very high. Remember, cars are only designed less than 50 kilometers, or is it? Oh yeah, way less than 50 miles an hour. 30, 35. Like cars, cars don't have to be safer than, like, I'm pretty sure on this one, cars don't have to be safer than, like, the 50 kilometers an hour. They don't even do crash tests more than less than 50 kilometers an hour. Now, and you see the serious injuries. Okay, imagine hitting a tree, and they can go pretty fast. I have no idea how. Like at this moment, okay, let me see. I'm gonna see if he went downhill. And then I'll go back to that. See if he went downhill skiing. I'm totally going. No, it's not funny no more. Okay, now I'm gonna see if he just, like, he's not injured. He's not a threat to injure other other world class athletes. Not other, like, to injure world class athletes. I'm just saying, like, this like, it's all fun and games until someone get hurt. And that's exactly what this is right now. I was supposed to have fun, but okay, let's see if I can have fun. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe I'm just kind of, overreacting kind of deal after that story with the hockey player. He then collapsed, covering down another steep incline. What? How steep are we talking? Okay, how steep? Steep incline it is cross country, so it can't be like roll. It can't be like downhill skiing. Before taking an astonishingly long time to get his bearings as others whizzed past him. I don't think he should have been the last one. He should have been the last person. Like, how did he even get that far? His awful performance at the championships compounded troubles he had faced earlier in the week when French airport officials deported him while he was en route to Sweden to train on snow. I no idea. They believed he was attempting to flee Venezuela and send him back to his home country. He was forced to start a GoFundMe campaign just to get to Finland in time for the competition, a feat he only had just achieved. I don't know what this is like. Are we done? Like, are we do do we need? I don't know if we need a feel good story of, like, just because there's not many he could. I don't know what to say. Just because Venezuela doesn't really have a ski team that you could just jump in, and I don't know what to say. I mean, I think I don't know if we need any more of these stories. Okay. And then he says, from here, try more every day. He said, from here to the Olympics. Okay, yeah, that's all we need is just a complete. I don't know. I don't. I, I'm not sure what to make out of that. It's just. Okay, it's just wacky sports. Oh wow! Oh my gosh! The Italian rugby players had to push. Okay, this is going to be fun. Italian rugby players from Rolling Mall to rescued stranded ambulance. Is it for a player? Okay. Videos emerged of the heartwarming moment. Two Italian rugby teams banded together to free an ambulance carrying an injured and to show the video of it, and to show an injured player from a waterlogged pitch. Nice. Ambulance staff were left stranded in the middle of the field and looked to have brought the game to a permanent stop, but the players united to heave it off the soggy turf. Players from Vale Comachica, I hope I said it right, and oh, this is gonna be a tough one. Casa, Casa, Casa La, oh, it's Casa Magori, Casa Magari, who played in the fourth tier. This is like if it's rugby and aliens, it's the fourth tier. Wow, wow, that's pretty low. Made a rolling maul and pushed the vehicle off the field. So the players from both teams pushed the ambulance. The ambulance had been early called in after a Casal Maggiore player. I'm not going to say the last person's name. This is going to be too tough. Oh, I'll say okay. Michel Prev Prevedello was injured by a hefty tackle. A post on the team's Facebook page said the injury would have kept him away from the field for a bit. After all these thousands of likes in the episode of the ambulance, we wanted to reassure those that were worried, the team posted. The game finished in a last minute victory to the team with the player in the ambulance, but both teams were winners in the eyes of the world. Yes. So the video has been viewed 1.2 million times and Facebook and has 23,000 reactions. Nice. Okay, that's a feel good story. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a strange story of a video of UK boxing heavyweight Derek Chisora hurls table at Dylan White, Whyte. Wow, I see a table being hurled. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Hopefully, okay, video. UK boxing heavyweight Derek Chisora hurls table at Dylan White, Whyte. While the build up to Joseph Parker's heavyweight title fight on Saturday has been calm and respectful, the same can't be said for two fighters in the UK. Looks like they're showing a press conference of these two chaps. He's banging the table. He gets. Oh, okay. Well, I see the video now. I'm looking at the video. I'm not. I can't show the video. That's obvious. Um, I just like he okay. I'm gonna look at it again. You got this. You got this conference, which I don't think they should bother holding these things anymore. They just okay. My opinion is they're looking for controversy to stir up support to get more people eyeballs on this. Okay, now do they want someone to just randomly just get up and start throwing a table? No, they don't want that. Um, there could have been someone that got seriously injured with that table. You know, the only good thing out of this story is no one got hurt. Like no one got hurt. Is there's something positive out of the story because like you know a table has been thrown. It's not something to just say oh okay because okay I'm not sure who the person is that I don't know who White is Whyte if he's at the end of the I can't see the names on their placards, but I'm not sure if it's the guy at the end. I'm gonna replay the video again. Okay, so that's okay. It didn't even come close to landing. Okay, so what they're saying is, okay, this guy Chisra, okay, he's banging on the uh. So he's banging on the table, and then I'm gonna back it up a bit again. Okay, so he's banging on the table with his right hand. Okay, so he's banging on the table with his right hand, and then he decides to get up. But before he gets up, he decides to grab the table and just fling it in the air, but at the direction, obviously, the white. Which the table didn't even come close to landing. It looks like if it was one of the people at the back at the end of the, it must be the person at the end because they're trying to protect them. Now, big scuffle. Huge. I don't know. Security wants to restrain him for like. Uh, yeah, there's a huge scuffle of this. Um, yeah, this is not good all around. There's so much that can go wrong with that whole scene. What if both camps decided to really get into it? You know, that's a scene right there. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to. I'm just watching it one more time. He's talking, bangs the table, picks it up, house in the direction, but it's easily caught. No one gets hurt. But as he walks off, it looks like police are gonna try to restrain him, and it's a scene. Now, one thing is, if it's police, you can't fool around. Okay, you can't just grab a, like, you can't just, if it was security, to grab a security guard and say, hey, don't restrain, don't restrain. It might have been just security because police, once the police are involved, you can't, it's a different issue. Like, you can't you, like, security doesn't have to restrain a person. Security can just watch a person leave because he was leaving on his own. Like, the thing with me is, like, I would say that if I was the head of security at the time, it's like, to teach a lesson is that the person was leaving on his own. If he continues to walk away, that's the best thing. Trying to restrain the person without the without the resources like police is not a good idea. Sometimes just let the person walk away. You know who the person is. They're scheduled to go fight an event. I'm pretty sure that if uh, if the police want to talk to him, they want charges are being pressed somewhere, which but probably not. That's the way, people are going to not press charges or anything like that. So, but you got his name. You know who the person is. There's no way he can go to this fight without going to the police first. So that's what I'm getting at is to not. Well, I'm just saying from like life experience is that if the person is walking away, let him walk away. That's what you wanted. You wanted that person that caused the incident to walk away. If it's just security, it's not a knock on security. It's that you you gotta have so much. You gotta it's you can't just grab people to restrain in life. Like, you gotta. The police are different. Police are there with lots of backup to uh, restrain, to maintain order. A case like that, I, what can you might have two or three security. Okay, you may have three security guards or four, and that's if that. Okay, and police could come with whatever now they want. Okay, if it's that serious. Now, had that person not been walking away, I can't tell if it's security or police because it's just a black uniform, an all black uniform the person is wearing. Now, like I said, if the person is walking away, let them, let them just walk away. Well, we'll go to another story, and this seems like a little fun here. It says outrage as boat crossing halts cyclists on home straight. Okay, that sucks. Like, okay, four cyclists have been left fuming after they were forced to stop just 5 kilometers from the finish line because race organizers failed to factor in a boat crossing. And we're talking like you had to stop the race for this boat. Like here's what they're talking about. They're showing now. They're showing the cyclists that were waiting. Okay, so there's four cyclists that were waiting at the gate while the while the bridge lifted up for just a regular sailboat. With I was like, well, the reason they have to lift up the gate is because the mast is the tall thing that would. But I'm just like, this is these bad planning. It was really bad planning. So here it is. I didn't realize how gloomy it's getting. Okay, turn on the studio lights. They need studio lights now. Okay, so let's see what happened here. Emerging from the portion of the stage two of the ladies' tour of Norway, the foursome had a 30-second margin over the chasing peloton and looked set to leave them in their dust as they headed near the finish line. However, with just 5 kilometers to go, they rounded a corner and saw the barrier to a bridge they needed to cross was down, meaning they were unable to cross it, as that picture shows. Oh, I gotta feel bad. Do you feel it's not his fault? It's not the boater's fault. They let him cross. A boat was wait. I was looking at the boat. A boat was waiting to go under, meaning the bridge was needed to be raised at the time-consuming process that allowed the peloton to catch up and take up residence next to the small group that was once well ahead of them. While there was talk of letting the four women start 20 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, race organizers said they would instead have to start at the same time as everyone else. That arrangement did not work in favor with none of the original leading four managing to catch a podium finish. Wow. Is there any more to it? Read more. Okay. I mean, I have to, unless I have to. Can I read more? No, I don't think I can read more. I think it's it. I just. 20. I don't know what to think. I'm looking at it all over again, and I'm like, yeah, that's just bad. How did they not plan that? How did they not say, hey, we have? Is it okay that we don't let boats cross un- until this portion of the race is over? You know, but wow, that's that's bad. That's just bad. their planning caused these four to lose. That's pretty bad. Can this be part of sports? For some reason, they're putting in Kiwi teen races up for world pinball rankings. Not really a sport. It's more like just an activity. But okay, it says that she's currently ranked second in New Zealand beneath her father. Yeah, pinball. How do you? I don't know how to be consistent in pinball. That's the one thing. I can once in a while when I used to play pinball. I was younger and all that. Those pinballs machines. I would get lucky once in a while. The lucky ball, keep going, playing long, and that would be my fun. That would be the fun. A lot of times, just the weirdest thing where I boom missed the ball, but you know that's pinball. Okay, so then cyclist takes a pee in mid race. Okay, urine tests are often forced on competitive cyclists to ensure they aren't taking performance-enhancing drugs, but one rider has undertaken quite different type during the race as he passed with flying colors. The anonymous cyclist has been hailed as a hero on social media after managing to steer his bike and urinate onto the grass beside the course while competing in the race. Footage of the race is not clear, though, to suggest who the rider is, but he has been lauded for his outstanding technique and multitasking skills while competing in the Nokera Corsica, a one-day race in Flanders, Belgium. Oh, cool! It took a, they show the video. He took a whiz on the side of the road and carried on. Yeah, that's sporting moment of the week. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just have to. Okay, we'll leave with our last story here. It's cricket, and it says umpire Paul Riefel had to leave the field on the first afternoon of the fourth test between England and India in Mumbai after being hit on the back of the head by an outfield throw. I see the video of it. I thought it was soccer. I couldn't understand what was going on, but it was cricket because I was just looking at the picture. So he just throws it. Oh, he just throws the ball, but he plugged the what they call the umpire. Yeah, the umpire. So he threw it from the outfield, but he plugged the umpire in the back of the head. He fell down. They walked him off, but he didn't resume. I guess heads up. Okay, with that, it's been a long World Sports Review segment here. With that, it's over and out. Hope to see you next Wednesday on World Sports News with Ernie.